Hello guys, now today being Sunday, I obviously rested and was free the whole day, so I went over to my friend's house. We played a lot of sports, basketball, baseball, football, American football, and when I got home, I decided, because I was pretty bored, I asked the top 3 AI, what is the best sport in the world, objectively speaking, and let's see their answers. First off, we're starting off with Google Gemini. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Let's see. So it says, while the best sport is usually a matter of personal passion, we can determine a winner if we look at objective metrics like global reach, participation, and economic impact. In 2026, the data points to one clear champion: association football, soccer. Here is how the top contenders stack up across different objective categories. Number 1, global popularity and reach. If best is defined by how many people care about it, soccer is the undisputed king. Total fans, soccer boasts an estimated 3.5 to 4 billion fans globally. Now, for context, that is roughly half the planet. Now, for global footprint, it is the most popular sport in over 80% of the world's countries. And the World Cup, the FIFA World Cup, remains the most watched sporting event on Earth, often drawing over 5 billion cumulative viewers, outspacing even the Summer Olympics. Number 2, financial powerhouse. Now, I didn't read this yet. I'm gonna, just a wild guess, I believe it'll say NFL, because Americans are really rich, and with deep pockets comes very, very rich players. And by overall revenue, American football wins. Let's read. If best means the most successful business model, the answer shifts depending on whether you look at a single league or a global ecosystem. The revenue king single league, the NFL, American football, as I said, is the most profitable sports league in the world, generating over 20 billion annually. Now, the global giant ecosystem, now soccer as a whole, combining the Premier League, La Liga, Champions League, etc., has the larger total economic footprint, with the European Big Five leagues alone generating over 30 billion in revenue. Now, I personally do not like American football, but I will give this one to them. Number 3, participation and accessibility. A sport's greatness can also be measured by how easy it is for everyone to play. So soccer requires only a ball or a bundle of rags and a flat surface. This low barrier to entry is why it has the highest participation rates globally. Basketball, highly accessible in urban environments, and ranks as one of the fastest growing sports internationally due to its minimal equipment needs and cultural crossover with fashion and music. Number 4, high growth contenders. Cricket, historically centered in the Commonwealth. Cricket is the second most popular sport, 2.5 billion fans. The explosive growth of the IPL, Indian Premier League, has turned it into a massive commercial engine, with the league's valuation now rivaling major US sports league. Cricket is actually very fun, and I might upset a lot of Americans, but I actually enjoy it more than baseball. But that is beyond the point. So, summary table. The leaders by category. Category: global fan base, objective winner, soccer. Key statistics: roughly 3.5 billion fans. Total revenue, American football, 20 bill. Viewership, soccer, 5 billion, World Cup. Ease of participation, soccer and basketball, minimal equipment required. Fastest economic growth, cricket. Indian Premier League valuation, 15 bill. Alright, the verdict. Objectively, if you are looking for the sport that unites the most people, dominates the most countries, and generates the most global conversation, association football, soccer is the best sport in the world. However, if you measure best by revenue per game or domestic financial dominance, the NFL takes a trophy. Which of these metrics, global fan total, money, or easy play, matters to you most when defining what makes a sport the best? So, what I got from here is pretty wishy-washy. It doesn't have a clear answer. It does lean more into soccer, which I like. Let's move on to ChatGPT. Right, short answer. There is no truly objective best sport of all time because best depends on what you value. But we can get close by defining objective criteria and seeing which sport checks the most boxes. If we judge objectively, here are fair criteria. Number 1, global popularity, how many people watch and play it. Accessibility, skill ceiling, how much mastery is possible, physical plus mental demand, and cultural impact and history. The strongest candidate is football, soccer, represented globally by leagues like FIFA World Cup and organizations like FIFA. FIFA World Cup isn't a league, it's a competition, but whatever. We can't really trust ChatGPT to be super accurate. Popularity is number 1 in the world. Accessibility, you only need a ball or anything round. Skill ceiling, extremely high, ball control, vision, teamwork. Global reach, played in almost every country. If you had to pick one most objectively dominant sport, soccer is usually considered number 1. Now, before we go on, I would like to say something. One thing that these AI are doing is they're mainly picking their winners, judging by popularity, like soccer. And it's not wrong. Like, I agree football is the best sport of all time. But you can kind of tell it's AI by the way it talks, which is kind of what I'm trying to get at. Alright, other strong contenders: basketball, American football, cricket, and tennis. Final verdict, most objective, best overall, is soccer, football. Best depends on preference, equals totally subjective. If you care about strategy, NFL. Skill plus pace, basketball. Global unity, soccer. Individual greatness, tennis. Once again, pretty wishy-washy. I noticed it was shorter than Gemini. But still, wishy-washy. Now let's go on to Claude. Claude, what is the best sport in the world, objectively speaking? Objectively speaking, if we measure by the most common metrics, football wins decisively. I like where this is going. By the numbers, roughly 3.5 billion fans globally, roughly half of the world's population, 265 million active players across 200 countries. The FIFA World Cup is the single most watched sporting event on Earth, drawing more viewers than the Olympics. More nations compete in FIFA, 211, than are members of the United Nations, 193. Why it holds up objectively? Accessibility, you need one ball and any open space. No equipment, no court, no pool required. Simplicity, the rules fit on a single page and transcend language barriers. Global reach, it's the number 1 sport on every continent except North America and Oceania. Economic scale, the sport generates hundreds of billions in revenue annually. That said, best is inherently subjective. Cricket rivals soccer in raw fan count, 2.5 billion fans, dominant in South Asia. Basketball has the most athletically gifted players per position by many arguments, and American football generates the highest revenue per game of any sport. But if forced to pick one answer based on participation, viewership, global reach, and cultural penetration, football is the answer the data points to. Honestly, Claude had the best answer, because it wasn't wishy-washy like, oh, depends on preference. And while it did say it depends on preference, which is true, it stuck to, I wouldn't say its opinion because it's AI. Sure, I'll say its opinion. And it had evidence to back it up. So not just, oh, I like basketball because I like basketball and that's the only sport I ever played. No, it actually brought up data, which, again, all the other AIs did too. But they were very wishy-washy. Claude stuck to one singular sport. And it also brought up other sports. And overall, Claude is the winner. And from all of them, we can deduce that the greatest sport in the world is indeed football, with many leagues like Premier League, Bundesliga, Ligue 1, Serie A, La Liga, MLS, that produce more revenue than NFL. And yeah, truly the best sport of all time. And there's evidence to support that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. It has been very fun doing this for me. I appreciate all that you guys do for me with your subscribes and likes and comments. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you in my next video.